Greetings, saber fans. Your old pal Megtooth Sith. Got a really cool saber for you. This is another custom hilt by Vector in Finland. This is a one-off hilt, and I've actually modified this hilt to look a little Sithy. Did some very, very light shattered weathering, a la Shamim style shattered weathering, from the same shattered weathering he used to use in his tutorials. And I did use aluminum black to give the recesses and some of the machine aspects of the saber a little bit more pop. But the shattered weathering also pops since I did that. I also cut some significant damage here into the emitter, which you do get some shine through right here, and the edges aren't crazy sharp, but they're, you know, slightly sharp from where this got cut. And then the shattered weathering stems off from that, you know, that cut, almost as if that's where the damage all emanated from. But it's a real cool looking hilt. This hilt has a illuminated red button single switch. It also has two blade retention screws. You have one here, which is a thumb screw, and you have one here, which is an Allen key. I'm also including DSC, Arkham DSC stainless steel heat treated custom razor blade plug with a turbine. It's pretty awesome with this saber. And I also installed a belt clip onto this saber so you can wear it on your belt if you want. This saber is installed with Proffie 1.5, and this saber is using the SA22C one button mod, which is pretty impressive because you still retain a lot of functionality on Proffie on only a single button. I was very impressed with the single button prop file on this, and I think you will be too. It's pretty cool, and let's roll that beautiful beam footage. Here to demonstrate the Finsith saber. This is a real cool saber made by Vector in Finland, and I've done some special modifications to it. This saber is running Proffie 1.5, in-hilt recharge port. It's got Smuggler's Outpost bass speaker, custom Neopixel blade made by me. The install on this is by me, and this is a really cool saber. This one only has one button, and it's running SA22C's one button prop file for the Proffie, but you don't lose any functionality. So I'm going to show you all the button commands here, which is pretty awesome. So there's just activation and retraction. Very simple, right? But we also have blaster blocks, which is cool that we still have blaster blocks. And then I have lockup, flash on flash, and I have to read the directions. Activate muted, double click and hold. Oops.
There is no conflict.
There's muted. To play and stop music, and each preset has music on it. You double tap while off. Oops. Double tap while off. So you really don't lose any functionality. And I want to show you color change because I couldn't show color change in the demo. So to get into the color change menu, you're gonna hold the button and twist the hilt while it's on. So I'm gonna, and actually, you know what? I don't want to change colors in red. It's a good idea not to change colors in red. Blue. Let's color change in blue. So I'm gonna hold the hilt down and press the button and twist. And now we're in color changing mode, which is pretty awesome. When you get to a color you want, you're gonna lock her in by pressing the button. So you even have color changing audio. Now I'm going to go back.
There is no conflict.
This saber is equipped with gesture ignitions. On this saber you have two gesture ignitions. One is thrust, just thrusting it forward. And the other one's twist. Now twist is a back and forth, rapidly. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. The cool thing is once you initiate it with a gesture ignition, is you're in battle mode, which gives you automatic lockup, gives you automatic melt, and automatic tip drag. How you get out of each of the auto modes is just simply pull away from what initiated it. So if you clash with a saber and you get the auto lockup, simply pull the saber away, the lockup stops. Same with melt. When you melt it into a wall, and you twist the helm, and it'll change colors. You just simply pull away from the wall and the melt stops. And the same with tip drag. So that's battle mode. You do have auto blast on this, and to get to auto blast, you hold the button and swing. Now I get a blaster every time I swing it. But if you're in battle mode with auto blaster, any lockup or clash event will take you out of auto blaster mode. Now the fonts on this thing, there's that one custom font initially, but the rest are stock fonts. But all are smooth swing with accents.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
But I did include your Kylo Ren font with one saber blade.
Purple.
Every preset has a background track to it.
Yellow. Red. Green.
That's my lightning blade. It's awesome.
Teensy. Rogue Commander.
There's your rainbow blade, and the background to your rainbow blade is Cantina.
Blue.
Patriotic blade. It's red, white, and blue. If somebody in the United States buys it anyway. Which I guess it's not politically correct now to be
Did you
patriotic.
come back to say you forgive me?
That's your power indicator.
To save my
So
soul?
when you change fonts, it's a passive power indicator, which is pretty cool. There's your flame rainbow blade, which is pretty wild. Background track on that is Cantina 2. Big thing on that. It's a party. It's a Party on the lightsaber. Passive battery indicator.
There is no conflict.
There's your Christmas blade. Background track on that one. It's candy candy. And the last is your passive battery monitor blade with the Mandalorian theme as your background track. This saber is pretty awesome. Basic vector hilt, but I think I've done a lot with this thing. You know, I did the giant weathered damage here and some force lightning on it. Weathered it with some aluminum black. This red blinking light is awesome. It goes steady when the saber's on and it blinks when the saber's off. This is a simple saber but complex, and I think the single button mod really brings a lot to this saber. I think it's pretty awesome. And this saber is going to be for sale, and the price is in the expanded section information box about this saber. This thing is awesome. Alright, let's get a blade in this thing to show you how that works. So the first thing we're going to do to remove the blade plug is we're going to loosen that top blade retention screw, which you have to tighten this top blade retention screw to hold that blade plug in. And there's your Neopixel blade plug, which is pretty cool. That's from Civilized Sabers. Pretty cool little blade plug invention they made there. And just for demonstration purposes, particularly for color change, I want to pop in the blade all the way in, make sure we're fully seated there. And the saber right now is turned off. You want to tighten both these blade retention screws, the thumb screw and the Allen key screw, and that just assures that you have really solid blade retention. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the saber and take out the kill key. Now this saber is not equipped with a twisting kill key. To get the chassis out, you have to shake it into your hand. And I'm going to remove this kill key. You got to dig your fingernail under there and pull out the kill key.
There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Once you get the kill key out, you simply slide the chassis back in by pressing on the outside plastic of the speaker. Don't press on the membrane or the metal portion of the speaker. You'll damage the speaker. And then you put the pommel back on. As you can see, now that we've got the kill key removed, our red button is flashing. Now let's go through all your functionalities on Proffie 1 button. Number 1, you can activate it muted by double clicking and holding. That gives you activation in mute. To turn it off, simply press and hold till it retracts. Next time you ignite it, if you don't double tap it, you should have sound. So to just ignite it normally, it's just a single press of the button. To retract, long press and hold, which is very simple. To start a music track, what you want to do is you're going to double click while off. And of course you can ignite the saber while the music track's going. Double tap while off to turn the music off. Already showed you how to turn off the blade. To get to your next preset, you hold and release while off. So I'm going to press, and that gets us to our next preset. To get back to your previous preset, you're going to press and hold the button.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are
That's
we
the
going to
preset
do?
we started on. So I'm going to go up to the next preset. And next we're going to talk about lockup. So you still have lockup on SA22C single button. You get to lockup by igniting the saber. And you're going to hold the button, and clash the saber. And that gives us our lockup on the test blade. When you release the button, the lockup ends. The really cool part about this is you still have lightning block. And you have lightning block by double tapping your button while the saber is on. There's your lightning block, force lightning, which it remains as long as you keep holding the button. So it's a double tap and hold. And of course, you know you have all the gesture ignitions and retractions. Next is you can get melt while holding and thrusting forward, and you get a clash while it's on. So if I ignite the saber and press the button, and I get my responsive melt into the wall, which that's automatic if you're in battle mode, but you can still activate it with a button as well. Next is to get blaster blocks. You simply briefly press the power button while the saber's on. That's pretty simple. To get into multi-blast, you press and hold the button while swinging for 1 second. Then every time I swing the saber, I get a blast. To get out of multi-blast, I have to repeat that process. Now I'm out of multi-blast. I can get into battle mode by triple clicking the power button when it's on, but I'm not going to do that. To get your force effects, you hold this button and twist the hilt.
I call it luck.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck. Your eyes don't trust me.
Evidently, I have to adjust the clash sensitivity here on the saber still. I'm going to turn it off. Now, the cool part is we still have color changing mode. So to get into color changing mode, I have to hold this button and twist the hilt while the saber is pointing down. So I'm going to turn on the saber, I'm going to hit this button, and I'm going to hold this button and twist it. Now we're in color changing mode, which that's insane. Color changing mode on single button. You're just twisting the hilt after you enter the color changing mode. To lock in a color, I believe once you get to a color that you want, you just, let me find something that I like, press and hold power, and there's the color that I want. So we're golden there. I'm going to retract the saber. And next is we also still have the volume menu. So to get to the volume menu, you have to hold this button and clash while off. Now we're in the volume menu. And to go volume up, you click this button. The volume's all the way down. To go volume down, you hold and release. You can hear the volume decreasing. To get out of the volume menu, I have to hold this button and clash the saber. Now we're out of the volume menu. I can ignite and reduce volume. Now, I want to get back into the volume menu and turn the saber back up. Hold the button and clash while off. Now, to go back full volume up, I'm just clicking. Full volume. Now I have to hold and clash while off again to get out of the volume menu. Now I'm out of the volume menu completely. I can ignite the saber. We're back in full volume. To get the battery level, triple click while off. Oops.
.03 volts.
4.03 volts. That's pretty awesome. So you can see that you still retain all your functionality on a one-button saber. In addition to that, this saber is equipped with battle mode. So you have gesture ignitions and gesture retractions. I've equipped this saber with thrust on and twist off, as well as twist on and twist off. Even if you initiate the saber with the button, you can use the gesture mode to twist it off. But if you initiate the saber with a gesture ignition, you're automatically in battle mode. And battle mode gives you automatic lockup upon clash, automatic melt as soon as you stab the wall, and automatic tip drag. If the saber is pointing down and you clash it into the ground, it gives you automatic tip drag. So basically, you get all the functionalities that are available on a two-button saber remaining on a single-button Proffie saber. It's pretty impressive. So hope you all enjoyed that little tidbit on this video, and now let's get into how we charge this thing. So to charge it, I'm going to take the blade out first, so the blade's not in our way, and I'll go ahead and put the blade plug back in. And remember, when we put the blade plug back in, and get my auxiliary blade out of the way. To get the blade plug back in, we're going to push the blade plug in and fully seat it with our finger. And while we're holding the blade plug in fully seated, we want to tighten that retention screw there, and we want to go ahead and tighten our thumb screw so we don't lose that. And when you ignite the saber, you can see that the blade plug is illuminated there. Now we want to get to where we can charge our saber. And I showed you this before, but these both have sled chassis. This one has a sled chassis. To get the chassis out, simply shake the saber into your hand and the chassis pulls out. There you can see the custom saber shop 18650. It's a 3120 milliamp hour battery, 15 amp cutoff, which I've left the label on so you can see that. And then here we have our Proffie 1.5. You can see my install there. It's a clean install of the Proffie 1.5. There's no wires sticking out or anything like that. Your SD card access on the Proffie 1.5 is right there. Some tweezers can help you pull it out, but you might need to get some forceps like this to reach in there and grab it. This saber does have a 2.1 millimeter recharge port here. When your saber battery is dead, you first plug in your charger into that 2.1 millimeter recharge port, then plug your charger into the wall. When the light's red, it's charging. When the light's green, she's ready to go. When she's ready to go, remove your charger. Should hear the boot. And we do. If you're going to store your saber for long term and put it on the shelf, then simply put the kill key back. Thank you everybody for watching as usual. I really appreciate y'all tuning in on my channel. And as always,